guys. This is one of my students, Soren, who has recently kind of taken up a thing that we've done called Own the Pro for the summer. Basically, it's a kind of unlimited lessons package that we've done. But the reason I wanted to pull Soren out of the pack is really it's quite interesting what we've worked on, especially given one of the recent videos I did on bowing the left wrist and kind of the different kind of good things and bad things that you can get. Now initially Soren was generally a big drawer of the ball. We would see a lot of right to left curvature on his ball flight, generally far too much, and his miss would have definitely been an overdraw or a large push. So as you'll see as we go through a few of the characteristics, you'll notice some of the changes we've made to improve that. So for me on the left hand side is his before image, and probably the obvious thing for me is really his grip. So we tend to see a very, very strong right hand and left hand where both thumbs are kind of pointing almost up outside his right shoulder, so you can see an extremely strong grip here, which is already going to cause a few issues. This was kind of the first port of call where we really tidied up his grip and set up a little bit, and that's really going to help him as he goes back away from the golf ball. For me, the second thing really comes with a little bit of work in the takeaway and on the backswing. He's a very tall guy. They are inch-long clubs. So for me here, this is really important that he's able to kind of stay tall and kind of work the club up a little bit more. When we look at his old one, we tend to see the club coming inside and very shut from the beginning. So when I say shut, I basically mean that club is kind of facing the ground far too much compared to where we would want it. And then as a result, we also see the hands kind of swinging further in and very deep. So by the time we get it to the top of the backswing, he's demonstrating an extremely closed position and quite a reasonable amount of bow in that left wrist as well, which we tend not to like to see that much of. As I said, I don't mind guys being bowed in the wrist if they're big and strong, and Soren is most certainly that. So what you'll notice on the right hand side, well, we definitely got him a little bit more traditional in the takeaway, the club face a lot more open, a little bit more angle on the face, and then the hands working significantly more up above his shoulder. To me here, the club, although still slightly shut and the wrist still slightly bowed, it's definitely in a far more reasonable position, and as I said to him today, I wouldn't push it any more past this than it is at the moment. That's generally in a hugely better position, and he's actually hitting some extremely neutral shots from here. The reason the left-hand side one is so bad is because when he gets that shot, really the only thing he can do is let the club fall in behind him, and he's almost trying to guide it out this way because the club is so shut. If you notice the right hand side, because it's a little bit more open, and I wouldn't describe it as open by any means, but it's more open, you'll see the club's able to approach it much more in front of his body. The face is in a more open angle or a more open position from here, and it's working nicely down kind of through his hands at this point in time. He's able to clear his body out of the way and then square the club face up with relative ease through the ball. So for me, it's a good example of somebody who has, although not changed the bowed left wrist, we've definitely reduced it. The club's working on a better line up and down, and he's still able to hit a very, very strong golf shot, even with a lot less bow in the wrist, but still kind of working around his natural tendencies.